Welcome to the Sequoia Wellness Group, powered by MMF. This pre-recorded call is the property of the Sequoia Wellness Group, and this testimony has not been evaluated by the FDA. The product information that is being shared with you is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please stand by.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Ann. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Sequoia Group Wellness Call powered by Engage in Global. And as you're going to hear this evening, a very exciting and powerful call. Now, as most of us already know, as we get older, we start to take a more serious look at our own health. Like, how can we turn back the clock? How can we wake up with that refreshed feeling every day that lasts throughout the day? And how can we energize our bodies to combat against the unhealthy forces that we constantly face on a daily basis? Well, look no further. This evening, you're going to hear an exciting call about a groundbreaking, unique product called Military Micronutrient Formulation, known as MMF. Now, this unique product contains powerful, natural ingredients that all work together to take our health to the next level, and it's truly making a significant difference in the health arena. But don't take my word for it. We're going to hear from some of our customers and partners that are experiencing tremendous results. Now, we're going to talk to one of our doctors, Dr. Michele Millen from Florida, and I'm going to be asking Dr. Michele some questions as to what interested her in the product. Dr. Michele, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Ann.
Okay, wonderful. I'd like to ask you a few questions, and the first one I'd like to ask you is, when it comes to supplements, do we really need them?
Absolutely, we need them. We're definitely not getting the nutrition we need in the food that we eat, even if we're eating organic foods. We're not getting all the proper nutrition that we need, but also because of our exposure to toxins and stress, that also depletes the nutrition in our body. So definitely we need supplements.
Oh, well, thank you for answering that. Now, let me ask you this also. Now, you have introduced MMF to more than 20 patients that you have. What was it that you saw in the product, and why did you recommend it to those patients?
Well, whenever something new comes my way, I like to test it on myself and be the guinea pig and see if anything happens. And so when Rodney asked me to check it out, I said, sure, of course, send me some. I'll try it. And I did try it, and he checked on me probably about a week or maybe 2 weeks later to see what I thought. And I thought nothing. I just thought, oh, I'm not really feeling much from it. But that doesn't mean it's not working. I knew that was the case. But I didn't actually realize what I was feeling from it. And what I started to feel, and I realized this after I started to look at the research on the product and what the product was really about. And after Rodney had asked me if I was feeling anything, and I thought I was feeling nothing, I had looked at those videos, and then it dawned on me what I was feeling was pain in every part of my body that I ever had injury. And I guess I'm a little clumsy, so that was a lot of places. So and also, as a side point, in November I ran the New York Marathon, and you get a pounding on your body from that, especially at 50. So I had some pain in my knees. I had a shoulder injury. I had a wrist injury. I'd broken my wrist about 30 years ago. I had an injury on my foot. And so every area that I'd ever had an injury in my body was feeling pain. And I knew it was these injuries, but I didn't realize or make the connection that it was because I was taking the MMF that I was starting to feel those areas and have pain in those areas. And it was because the MMF was going to work in allowing those areas to have repair, which I wasn't having pain until I started taking the MMF. So you would think that would be a negative thing, but I understood after I saw the research on the product and understood the product and made that connection with the timing of taking it, that the repair was starting to occur at a cellular level And even if I thought that I had recovered or repaired those areas, they weren't repaired. And because of the MMF, it took about 4 or 5 days, and the pain went away. And the mobility that I have in any of those areas is far beyond what it was before. And I'm very active, and I do yoga. I still run. So it's not like I was incapacitated before. I wasn't at all. I was still active. It was just that there were some issues still in those areas where I'd had those injuries, and I wasn't as mobile as I could have been, and didn't even realize it until I started taking it, and those 4 or 5 days went by, and then I felt that mobility. So that was it for me. As soon as I realized what happened with myself, I had to start testing it on all my patients and see what could possibly happen with them. I think it's a foundational product. I think it's something that everybody can be on. I have noticed that some people who are maybe very toxic or have some extreme issues have to start out at a little bit lower dose, but understanding, just like I said, what could possibly happen if you explain to people that is the case, that or if they're talking to you about their response to it, not realizing we have the great videos that can be shared to help people understand what some of the responses can be, and making sure they're drinking enough water and resting as they might be going through that. And when they come out on the other side of it, they're going to feel awesome.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Now, let me ask you this. What if someone has, say, inflammation in the body? I know you mentioned you had several breaks and you felt pain. What might some of the symptoms be if they have inflammation and they're taking the MMF product and they're going through the process of detoxifying?
Yeah, it's like I said, they could feel an increase possibly in some of those symptoms. And it's just what happens whenever I start working with somebody and I'm doing a detox with them. When they start doing that detox, they can feel a little bit worse for a couple of days before they feel better. And when somebody calls me and tells me if they feel that way, I say, that's great. That means things are going to work. They just have to increase drainage. So that would be lymphatic drainage in particular, making sure their bowels are moving, making sure their kidneys are flushing, and help the body to eliminate those things. And if they have inflammation chronically, they may experience a little bit of an increase in maybe areas where they might have a little bit of pain, but it's actually a good thing. They just need to get past that short period of time. And then they'll feel better.
And that's how we know it's working. Wow, that is phenomenal. Now, if they're already taking other supplements, should they continue to take those?
That's a hard question to answer. It just depends on what particular reason they're taking those supplements for. If you mean like a multivitamin, are you talking about that?
Yes.
I would recommend now, if they're taking a multivitamin, that they should not take it, because the absorption of most of the multivitamins out there that I've seen will not be as good as the MMF. This is a product that affects you at a cellular level. It's not really, I wouldn't call it a supplement, because a supplement works on more of a surface level. This is actually giving you these micronutrients on a cellular level. And so I would have my clients stop taking most of the multivitamin type supplements that they're taking. If they're taking specific herbs or homeopathics, that's up to the practitioner and the patient. But for just a general multivitamin, I don't see anything on the market that's going to absorb the way that this does. And by the way, I always tell my clients, and most people may know this, but when you take the MMF, it's a fat-soluble product, and so you should take it with a healthy fat like avocado or coconut oil or something that's a healthy fat to allow that absorption to occur in a quicker fashion.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that healthy tip. I'll definitely have to try it with the olive oil. I was just taking, the avocado oil. So I'm open to trying new things as well that are healthy.
Yeah.
So thank you,
That's
Dr.
fine.
Michele. That is fantastic. Go ahead.
I wanted to say, Ann, I wanted to just talk about one of my patients, because if you have
sure.
a second more.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
The very exciting thing that started to come in, it's only been a short period of time, a few weeks that I've been working with this product, and one of the most exciting things that I've had occur is one of my clients with a brain injury, which is a very difficult thing to support. You can do a few things nutritionally, a few things, and a few other things actually physically to help support that, like craniosacral therapy and some of the other things that I recommend, but it can be difficult sometimes to help support someone with a brain injury. And within the first week of him taking it, it was the biggest response he's had from any of the things he has tried to take, as far as feeling some clarity, some more clarity. And he's tried many, many things.
Wow.
And he said that was 10 years that he has tried to work on himself in regard to the brain injury. So that is one of the very exciting. I have a few others, but I'll save them for another time. But that was one of the most exciting things that I've seen with my clients so far is that man with a brain injury who saw that response so quickly within a week's period of time.
Wow, that is a phenomenal testimony with those type of results. Well, thank you, Dr. Michele, for sharing with us not only your results, but why this product is so important. Wow. Now, based on the testimony, so thank you. Based on the testimony, as a great friend and partner of ours used to say, it's code blue. And as you heard from the testimony this evening, code blue for our health with a product that is multidimensional, from extra energy to helping us function on a daily basis, as well as pain relief, clarity, and the building and enrichment of the nutrients to our immune system to keep us healthy and to combat those, as James said, the oxidative stress forces.
Thank you for listening to the Sequoia Wellness Group product presentation. Please get back with the person who shared this information with you and ask them to rush your 3-day samples of MMF now.